If you're going to be the QB1 wherever you go, you're the guy that's going to be accountable. And who taught you the art of standing up and taking ownership? And you know, you get a lot of the credit, but you also get maybe too much of the blame. But the way you are, especially after games where you didn't play your best, where did that come from? Where did you get that?
I mean, I think it comes from a lot of things. I think just obviously the experiences I've had up until this point, you know, good, bad, indifferent. You know, I've learned just throughout my own experiences, and really I've had good people in my ear, good voices. And obviously my family. I think my parents did a great job raising me and teaching me. One, I think it all goes back to humility too. Is whether you win, lose, play well, or don't play well, it's never all about me. So I think that's the main thing I try to keep in mind. And then always I've tried to just put everything on me. I'd rather take too much of the blame than not. You know what I mean? So it's like even if, you know, receiver drops the ball or it's a play someone's got to catch or it's a running back or whatever it is, I always try to just – it starts with, hey, my bad, let's, you know, talk through it, figure it out, whatever it is. That's even just on the field. And then obviously, you know, when it comes to coming up here after a game where I don't play well or whatever it is where we lose, you know, at the end of the day, even if I do play well and we lose, we still didn't get it done. And there's always things that you can do better. And, yeah, I think I've had great coaches too. You know, my high school coach, Coach Sweeney, Coach Peterson, all the coaches that I've come in contact with have taught me something and learned a lot from them and just how they handle the media. I think that was something I had to learn early in my career, just standing up in front of cameras and reporters and media more than most people, even starting senior year of high school. So I think I learned that early and just have always tried to stay out of headlines. You know, sometimes I'm probably pretty boring up here because I'm like a broken record, but oh, you guys are too kind. I appreciate that. So, but I think that's sometimes the best way to be. You know, so I try to be that way.
Are you playing with the most? Are you playing with the most confidence you've played with to this point in your career this week? Is that just the natural progression of what it's going to be every week? You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, I like the way. You know, I've been playing the last 2 weeks. There's obviously, like I say every week, every day when I talk to you guys, there's always things to improve on. And, you know, I feel like I've played well the last 2 weeks, but there's still a few plays every game that, you know, I can do better, whether it's a missed throw, a missed read, getting through my progressions faster, protections, all that stuff. There's always things I can, you know, improve on. So there's little things, but I do feel really comfortable, really confident. I feel like we're starting to click more and more as an offense, especially in the passing game. And I think that's something that is obviously important, especially this time of year. You want to be playing your best football November, December, January. So I like where we're at as an offense. Really, obviously we didn't get it done last week, but as far as the steps that we took, you know, when you really look at the details and some of the stuff we're doing, I think we're making a lot of steps. So just trying to continue that improvement and keep that confidence for myself and just for all of us. And I think, you know, obviously it's a huge part of the game is playing with that confidence and trust in each other.
What's the challenge of making that 3 in a row of where you're playing pretty well against that team and get some dudes on that side of the ball?
Yeah, it's the same thing every week, preparing, you know, forgetting the last one and preparing to go play your best game this next Sunday. And that's, you know, using your same process during the week, not cutting it short, you know, especially this time of year, even doing a little extra, you know, especially like we talked about this holidays, families in town, still got to, you know, get all the work done, get prepared for the game on Sunday. And you do it, you stay consistent by consistently preparing the same way. So that's what I'm going to do. And obviously the Ravens present some challenges. They got a really good defense. They're playing well right now, so it'll be a good challenge for us. But you know, you do it the same way. Just prepare like I did the other weeks, and that's what I've done the whole season. Obviously, you know, I'm starting to be more consistent, but you got to keep doing it every week.
How would you describe, Trevor, when the group came back in on Monday here? What was the vibe of the group compared to maybe last year's bye or maybe even late in the season last year?
I mean, this group has been really good. I feel like we've been focused. We haven't lost sight of what we're trying to do. You know, obviously we had some bumps in the road along the way, you know, a tough stretch, and every day we never really lost that vision of what's in front of us and what we still can accomplish this year, you know. So I think that's one thing that this team has done a really good job of is keeping that in sight and keeping that in the front of our mind of what we can accomplish and what's still in front of us. And the same thing when we got back on Monday. Everybody's ready to work. You know, we're treating this like a new season. You know, 7-game season. We're guaranteed 7 games, and after that, it's whatever we earn. So just putting our best foot forward for this next 40-something days. If you think about it, anybody can do that. You know, just do your best every day and put yourself in a position to win these games and see where we stack up at the end of it.
You're in high school, Lamar's at Louisville. How much did you watch what he was doing
Yeah.
in the college
I was actually at the, I don't know if y'all remember that Clemson-Louisville game, I think 2016,
Yeah.
17, one of those years. I was at that game, so it was a really, really good one, him and Deshaun, and he's a great player.
You guys
Just,
won that one, though, right?
yeah, I think it came down to like a fourth down that they didn't get at the end of the game in the red zone, but yeah, I mean, just a guy, honestly, just fun to watch. Not going to be as fun to watch, this week, obviously not wanting him to be as fun to watch this week, so, but he's just an incredible player. He's a guy that's hard to contain, can do so many different things, and obviously he's a great runner, but just the threat he is with his arm too, can make all the throws, just a freak, he's a great player. So he's a guy, there's a lot of them in this league, not exactly like him, he's really unique, but played Patrick last week. So every week you got a new challenge, and this is definitely a big challenge for our defense, and I'm excited to watch them prepare for that.
What was your relation?
This week?
Outrush them? Probably wouldn't bode well for us if that's our plan is trying to outrush them. So I don't know. We'll see. Don't want to give anything away, but I don't know if that'll be it.
What is your relationship with Patrick, Trevor? And then I know a lot of people heard, I guess he came up to you post game and was like, hey, get these guys together and rally them. Had you had a relationship with him? Do you know him at all? And obviously, do you know Lamar as well like that?
Yeah, no, I've met and talked to Patrick a couple times. 2 or 3 times we've ran into each other, and always been friendly. I wouldn't say we're not close friends by any means, just because we haven't hung out much, but really just have a lot of respect for him, and hopefully vice versa. Just seeing him along the way. He's always been a guy that obviously is a couple years older than me, and watched the way he's played and just represented himself, and it's been cool to see and somebody kind of look up to. And then Lamar, I met him I think when I was in high school, some camp somewhere. I don't even remember where, but same way with him. I think he's always carried himself in a respectable way, and just like I said, obviously on the field that speaks for itself. He's a great player, so it's fun to watch both of those guys. They're both great players and good people from everything I've heard.
Kind of in a similar vein, talking about good guys. Calais Campbell, what do you know about him from the guys here in the locker room, and then from you watching from afar?
I heard so many good things from personnel here, staff, guys on the team that played with him. Only heard good things. He's a great guy, and then on tape, I mean, he's, like I said, same about the other guys. He's a great player. Presents some challenges for us. So I've heard he's like one of Jacksonville's favorite guys, that's been here, and I think he loved it here too, from everything that I've heard. I think his brother's around here somewhere. I talked to him when I got drafted. So I mean, he's a guy that just does it the right way. And you look at the way he plays the game, and there's certain guys when you watch them play and how they carry themselves, and you just respect the way they go about their business, and just loves the game, and I think that obviously makes the game better for everybody.
Defensively, obviously, him and that front are kind of getting it cooking now, but the linebacking core, they add Roquan, and then I know in the back end they're a little bit younger. What do you see from them layer by layer on the defensive side?
Yeah, they're a really good group. You look at the guys, a lot of them have played together for a while. And then, like you said, the front seven is really flying around. Obviously, they added Roquan, who's a great player, and that made him a lot better for sure. So you look at the front seven, they play hard, they're physical, they're fast, and that's the biggest thing with their linebackers, Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith. Sideline to sideline, those guys can fly. So that presents some challenges. And then their back end, Marlon Humphrey, Marcus Peters, Kyle Hamilton, you keep going on, all their guys in the secondary. I'd say the one thing is you can tell they're really well coached. They're all on the same page. It's a defense that's been playing together for a while, and you can see that on tape. And then obviously they added Roquan, and you see him starting to get more and more comfortable and flying around. So it's a great defense, and at the end of the day, it's just another challenge for us, and we'll have to prepare to in our own way, find holes and find things that we can expose. But they're a really good defense, and they obviously are going to make it tough for you.
Good.
Yep.
Good. All right. Thank you all.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Yep.
So I noticed.